I'm Daniel, the past life regressionist, and it's time to begin.
Lift off and the clock has started.
3, 2, 1. This is Timeless Spirituality. Enjoy Eternity Time.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Timeless Spirituality. It is time for a new episode. And for this week's episode, I have my old friend Chloe on, and we're going to talk about tarot and past life regression, a combination of the two, which all is going to lead up to our workshop on March 16th, 2025, and that is at 11 a.m. Pacific time and 2 p.m. Eastern time. And for Chloe's side of the pond, it is 6 p.m. GMT. How to do with my little British accent there. Good? Too over the top? Okay. Anyways, we talk a little bit about it in today's episode, and you're gonna get a feel for what it's gonna be like. And if you want to go ahead and join us for that, you can go ahead and check out the link in the show notes, which will lead you over to my redesigned website, thepastliferegressionist.com. And I want to give a big shout out to Kaylee from Eclectic Designs for helping me. Well, not helping me. She designed the entire thing and she just did an amazing job. And I'm so happy with the way it turned out. Just want you guys to know this is not me promoting Kaylee because she gave me a discount for a shout out. I'm just doing it because I'm so happy with the way that things turned out. And she did a great job. So just go ahead and contact Kaylee over at Eclectic Designs for all of your website needs. And with all of that said, if you would like to book a regression with me to discover who, when, and where you have been throughout time, you can reach me on Instagram at The Past Life Regressionist, or you can now book through my new redesigned website, thepastliferegressionist.com. And now, it's time to begin. Chloe, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, and it's really good to see you.
It's good to see you too, my old friend.
I know, it's been a long time. I feel like I've had 10 different lives since.
In this life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you tend to jump around a bit. So
I tend to die and reborn. Yeah.
So for everyone listening right now, I'll give you the briefest of brief backgrounds of how I met Chloe. Chloe was, I don't want to say like a handoff session, but Chloe,
I know mistake.
Like I don't know. You know, sure, we'll go with that word.
Yeah,
so
mistake.
I met Chloe through my past life regression mentor, Gloria. Everyone go check out her episode.
Shout out.
She's amazing. She's fucking magical. So Chloe knew Gloria, and for whatever reason, I guess Gloria couldn't do a session with you that day or something. What was that? Am I remembering this correctly?
No. At the very end of my second past life regression with Gloria is when, Homeboy showed up.
Homeboy, yeah.
Yeah. And she said, you need to speak to DJ. So that's how it happened.
Oh. I've been saying the dynamic I'm just giggling to myself because we have a workshop that's coming up. And when I've been talking about it with people, like on the lowdown, since we haven't fully announced it yet, I'm like, this is how I know Chloe. It was like a pass off and she's awesome. Well, I guess I got that wrong.
Oh, you thought it was more like serendipitous and it just worked out. No. Gloria was like masterminding, bringing us together. She knew.
She
knows everything.
And that was 8 years ago?
That was 2017. That was 8 years ago. Yeah.
Time flies. And it seems like a lifetime ago, even for me as a practitioner, because I don't do many in-person sessions anymore. And you were staying in Venice at the time. Venice, Los Angeles, not Italy. You got people walking by with their surfboards. I don't know. I think you just come from teaching yoga or being at the beach or something like that.
Yeah,
And
I was heavy into Venice life. I was all about that. Yeah.
yeah. And now you're a mom. And I think
And I'm into that.
right, and you've actually stayed in one place for a little while.
Not really. No.
But you've been in England for a while, right?
I have. I've been in England for 3 years, and I guess that for me, that's
Yeah. That's like an eternity.
Yeah. It's pretty. Yeah, but I've only just moved back to London about in September. So what is that? 6 months ago?
Yeah, about.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
still bouncing, but just bouncing. You know, once your child's in school, that's it. You know, you're kind of tied to a place. So luckily my daughter's got gypsy blood too. So every time it's like, oh my God, we've got to get out, we've got to go somewhere. So we do.
She follows after her mom.
Yeah.
So that's how I know Chloe, and we've stayed in contact after all these years, and we're going to be doing a workshop together soon. So the brief description of it before we get into today's episode, you know, all the get to know me questions for Chloe. Chloe is a tarot reader, and we're going to be combining past life regression and tarot. And I wish I could tell you what the theme of that workshop will be, but I can't, because we're going to let the cards dictate it on that day. All that I can tell you is it's going to be in, hold on, I have it in my calendar. I should have had this on hand. Let me grab my calendar really quick.
I want to say the 18, I don't want to give fake news. March
16th. Right. So we're doing it right before the spring equinox. So that's all we can tell you at this point, is that it's going to be on the spring equinox. But we're going, just like I said, we're going to let the cards dictate. So Chloe's going to pull at the beginning of the workshop, and we're going to get a theme with whatever comes out of the cards, which is kind of like, you know, as a practitioner.
No idea.
Well, I like going into it not knowing for one-on-ones, but for a workshop, that just fills me full of anxiety. Like, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen, but that's also kind of fun.
Yeah.
So based off of whatever that theme is going to be, we're just going to be talking about that. And then we're going to lead into a group past life regression. So we're going to have everything thoroughly planned out other than theme. So we'll hope to see you guys there on March 16th. And I mean, anything you want to add in really quick about that?
About the workshop? Not really. Just that it is, you know, it's quite a global event, really. You know, like you're in the States, I'm here in the UK. I think both of us have people who look at our channels and look at our stuff like from all over the world. So I think besides just the tarot and the past life regression, there's just going to be this beautiful coming together of whoever's meant to be there is there. And we just have this lovely Sunday together.
Yeah, what Chloe said. I second it.
Yeah, that.
So yeah, we'll see you there. And in the meantime, I'll be telling you guys more about it as time goes on.
I will too.
Just reminding you about coming, because we'll want to see you there. So, Chloe, are you ready for the first question? And my hands are going up for this one to maintain the integrity of the game. So are you ready?
Should I do mine too? What's the game?
You can if you want.
I'll do it with you.
All right. So I'm going to ask you your favorite song about time, and then I'm going to guess the year. And then I'm going to ask you why it's your favorite song about time. So, Chloe, what is your favorite song about time?
The Beatles, Across the Universe.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'll get this within 2 years. God, was it? Okay, it wasn't early Beatles. It wasn't White Album.
Very much druggy Beatles.
Was it on Abbey Road? No. And well, to get it within the two,
Come on,
I'll say 67.
What did you say? You'd get it within a couple of years?
Within 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, you did. It was 69.
69?
69.
Was it on Abbey Road?
I don't know what album. No, it wasn't on album. It wasn't on Abbey Road.
Okay. Okay, well, I got within 2 years. Good. Cool. All right, now I can feel good about myself for the rest of the day. So, Chloe, Why is that your favorite song about time?
Well, one, you put me on the spot with
Awesome.
a song about time. But here's a deep meaning. One, I love the song, right? It's like, tell you what about this song is I've listened to it obviously over many, many years. And depending what version of myself I am and how I come to the song, I will get a completely different message and meaning and understanding and perspective. So to me, the reason why I love this song is because the song is out of time. It's like multi-dimensional and it's quantum. And nothing's going to change my world, right? And I remember when I first heard that nothing's going to change my world, coming from, and it's a very yogic song, I was thinking, well, that's quite resistant. I didn't really understand it. But now I understand it as, I don't know, I'd have to ask John, which I might do, what it means. But it's like, nothing's going to change my world is that idea of you know, in regression, each life you experience, each kind of version of yourself, that essence of you is in that person. Like, for instance, when I was like a massive, big, hairy man, I was still very much me. Like, I could feel it, that same old soul. So that's why I love it, because it's like, nothing's going to change my world. It's like, I'm going to become all these different people. I'm going to go to all these different places. But that spirit, that essence is going to remain.
It's going to take you across the universe.
Yeah, it has.
Cool. All right. You ready for the next question? I'm actually curious to see where you take this one.
Do we do this? No.
I mean, you can. She put the hands up again for that one. What do you believe in?
I believe in, like some version of nothing and everything. It's weird, right? Doing these like esoteric kind of spiritual practices, because there is like a prerequisite to it that you have some sort of belief or some faith and trust in something that's completely unseeable, completely just unmanifest and energetic. I think to be a practitioner, I've had to quite firmly decide that whatever it is, whatever that magic is, it is coming from me. Because I know a lot of people, when they do tarot, they'll say, oh, spirit, talk to me, spirit, like it's a kind of second, third person that's giving the messages. But for me personally, I found it's really important to kind of like take control of the practice and whatever I'm doing. And so I feel like it's coming from me. So I believe in myself. That's what I really believe in. And there's, you know, things that I maybe know or don't know, but I like to keep a loose grip on what I know. Like I know it now. And usually as soon as you know something, it shifts and changes, right, into something else. And that's the beauty of keeping like a loose grip of it. But in terms of belief, I believe in myself. I believe in God, you know, whatever that means to me, which again is something that shifts and changes. And then I try to, which is very Aquarian, know something really rather than believe it.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. I like it. All right. You ready for probably the most difficult question I'm going to ask you today?
Yeah.
Who is Chloe?
Who's Chloe today?
Sure.
I am very much a student and like a seeker and an understander. I think I'm always seeking to unpeel layers of something or find out more. Like it's the amount of times I've found my purpose and then taken that apart and found something else in it. I think that's like very much part of who I am, is I want to kind of investigate and look at things and taking them apart and then hopefully leave things a little better than when I found them. But who is Chloe right now? I think just first and foremost, a mother and a woman and somebody who's quite consciously observing the world.
So everyone, the workshop is on March 16th. As you can see, everyone, please pick up on the tone. There's not much depth to Chloe. She's very surface level. It's very, very shallow.
So you want a superficial reading.
Right. Yeah. It's just, I am Chloe. Done. What do you believe in? Ground.
This and that.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think this is like where I also run into a problem when I bring my friends on to do episodes because I feel so comfortable with them. It's like I
think that's good though.
I get overly goofy and giddy because I'm just like, that was fucking brilliant. Yeah, I got nothing to add to that. That was just, there are many shades of Chloe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And that's an interesting thing actually, because it's something that I've found getting older. People generally don't like shades. They like black and they like white. So it can be difficult to be shades of something because people who know you or get to know you want what they bought. They want that specific thing. So when you're someone that's constantly trying to change and adapt and find shades and light and color, it can piss people off.
That's fun though.
It is now. Yeah. I like it now.
Yeah. It's our 30s for us. Sure. Our 40s will look different than our 50s.
Yeah.
And I'll have you back on. We'll talk about it then.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
All right. You ready to jump into a let the cosmos dictate where we're going to go with this episode scenario? You ready to go there?
Yeah.
Chloe and I talked about kind of, I don't want to say it's not like a test run for the workshop right now, but it's letting the cards dictate where we're going to take things. So Chloe's going to do it's a poll, right? Is that what you call it? Or pulling the card? Is there a term for it?
Yeah, pull it. Yeah. Pull some cards. We're going to pull some cards.
Pull some cards. And I guess we're going to explore one of my past lives potentially, or past lives. And we're going to see what Chloe gets from the cards. And we're going to see where the conversation goes there. And then we're going to get a theme for everything. So Chloe, I'm going to hand the reins over to you right now. So
yeah,
take it away.
Okay. And we are like freestyling. Don't really know what we're doing here, but the card. So I'm going to pull some cards that is going to, all right, I see. So my question for the cards is a life, right? We want one of your previous.
I mean, unless something else is coming up for you, just we'll pass life related.
We've got to be careful because we don't want to go around like a 2-hour deep healing reading, right? Maybe we do. Ooh, straight away. Okay, so I'll get more specific, but so we've got the Moon in reverse, Hanged Man, and the Chariot in reverse. So the overall energy immediately is of a lifetime or an experience where you're kind of like in a holding pen, that you're not really moving forward. And what that's indicating to me, especially with the Moon in reverse, is a lifetime where you were very skeptical and very resistant of everything we're doing now, like everything we're talking about. So that, like what I spoke about earlier, that same old soul, that piece of you that is never changing, the piece of you that's in there right now was, and I use a lot of Harry Potter references. Have you seen Harry Potter?
It's been a very long time. I saw the first 2 movies.
Well, there was a professor, and basically the baddie locked him in a box, like deep down in the ground. And that's what I'm kind of seeing in this lifetime, is you took that spirit part of you, that esoteric part of you, the healer, all the work that you've done now, and you like locked it away. So in that lifetime, you were a normie, really. You were a muggle. I think this was a lifetime, perhaps. It's hard, right? Because I'm trying to kind of like give linear time. That's impossible. But it feels like a timeline that was very close to this life. It was like very much a shade and a version of who you are now, but with the connection to all of this kind of unseen esoteric stuff locked away. And so where that took you was through a lot of frustrations and a lot of difficulties because you had that disconnect with your own spirit. So there was a lot of temptation. There was a lot of karma. There was a lot of just like thinking you're making some headway and then you reach a dead end again because you didn't have all the parts of yourself you needed to make the progress. Although not making the progress was part of the progress on a soul level.
Mm-hmm.
But in that specific lifetime, it was very three-dimensional and it was very restrictive. Is this a lifetime that you have had some experience of?
It's difficult for me to say offhand whether or not, because there are lifetimes that pop up.
Mm.
And this could just be me connecting pieces or dots, maybe that aren't there. My mind just goes to, was this something that this person, me, was aware of that was internal but was shutting it off? Or was it something that was more external, kind of imposing that restriction? Or
Well, it's showing up that it was fear-based. So whatever your circumstances or perhaps like your family of origin or wherever you were, it was just not a nurturing environment for those parts of your soul. To narrow it down, I've got more of a specific story, which is
awesome.
Definitely showing up as a man. That was upside down. So as a lifetime when you were a man,
Mm-hmm.
you kept a lot of secrets.
Mm-hmm.
You were very promiscuous.
Awesome.
And you really destroyed your family.
Oh, okay.
So there was a lot of kind of cheating and dishonesty but all of these things to paper over the cracks, right? Because that's why a lot of people, even in this lifetime, we have a whole society and culture of that kind of behavior. And the reason for it is the disconnection from source. I've found personally, and I think I've seen it in a lot of people, when that connection is severed, you'll start trying to connect it to loads of other things that you think, oh, this will be it, this will be it, this will be it. And it never is, right? Because there is only one connection there. And it looks like you were doing that a lot with just sex, drugs, rock and roll, basically, just trying to get that artificial high.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was within you all along. I don't know if I should be able to see this, but I can actually see you on the other side after that lifetime and kind of going, oh, fuck, of course. How did I miss that? Oh my God. Kind of watching that life back, kind of cringing, through your fingers.
When you say destroyed the family, is that immediate family?
Yeah, wife and kids. Wife and kids.
So as someone without a wife and kids right now,
maybe that's why.
I almost have this, it's almost like an opposite view. When I first met you, you were the globetrotting Chloe.
Yeah.
And now you're the mom, Chloe.
Yeah.
And your daughter is basically the center of your world, your universe.
Yeah.
And I wonder for this person, this is a life I'm not aware of. Why wasn't the family life enough? Why was there an emptiness even with, again, I don't have kids, so I don't understand that connection and that draw that you feel to this life that you've created and the way that it makes you look at the world differently. I've heard that from a lot of people and just in my interactions observe that with, it's with someone such as you, just the way you speak. And I'm like, there is a shift that happened there. So
yeah, it changes you for sure.
Yeah. So I'm like, why wasn't that enough for this person?
Well, I've got the card answer and then I can kind of speak from my experience. It's like your fulfillment in that lifetime was your ideas and was you were always chasing the idea, the creativity, you were very cerebral. Cerebral people can That's the kind of like Aquarius trait, that they're very distant and defensive. So I can see how you might have been like a little bit, even though you had the family and everything else, you were very insular and kind of like your own island, which is difficult, right? To be in a family and have that kind of energy. And you were always chasing your tail because you were always trying to fill that hole. And and from my personal experience as well, there is a slight difference in that change that happens to people with mothers and fathers. The change as a mother is physical, like you literally physically change. And from long before, 9 months, pretty long time. And that whole time you're changing and you're becoming this person, and like your literal like body is changing, your mind is, everything shifts. But for the father, they're not going through all of those changes. They're not experiencing it on that level. I think maybe like a bigger shift happens maybe when the baby's born, and then they start to feel, but it is a very different experience, I think, mothering and fathering like that. So that could be part of the reason why. And also I'll add to that is I did that when my daughter was born, that I was like, I kind of stopped everything. And I was like, right, it's all on her, all on her, all on her. And when she got to be about 2.5, 3, and it's kind of into her next stage, and she was a bit more mobile and a bit more independent and wasn't just like attached to me and my boobie for 2.5 years straight, I think I started to realize that it was important for her, for me to have my things and do my thing. And for her, especially as a girl, to look at her mum and think, oh, that's cool. Like she's got interests, she's got hobbies, like she's got motivations other than being a mom. So that was like very important for me to kind of bring in. And it's worked out because now she's 6. Her friend came over the other day and I'm like, okay, guys, do you want to go like in the bedroom and, play with the toys or whatever? And Cosmo, who's my daughter, he says she's the center of my universe, Cosmo. She's like, oh, can we read Rosa's birth chart? And I was like, okay, there you go. So having like interests and hobbies, like she's absorbed that. She's got lots of her own.
Was it a cool chart?
I didn't look at hers because I feel funny about looking at kids' charts anyway. Like it feels like even Cosmo's, I only looked at hers quite recently, but I asked her first. Like I asked her permission, so I didn't do Rose's.
Yes, I'm inquiring about absolutely the wrong thing there. I'm like, it was such a cool chart.
What's the chart like? No, but Cosmo's is.
Well, I mean, of course, she's your kid. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. It's one of those things that makes me wonder right now, because again, it's trusting whatever's coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, there's a theme. So where am I lacking that fulfillment in my life? I think that's one of the things that I need to now ask myself. And where am I feeling empty in something that I thought may have brought me fulfillment, but isn't? ? I don't know. I mean, I think there's a lot of things to extrapolate and deduce from.
Well, that's the interesting thing, isn't it? Like when you have a past life regression, I've noticed that there's always threads from whatever life that I'm shown. There's threads which are heavily woven into this life. Like I've only done 3. How many times did we do a regression? Just the once? Was it just that marathon 4 hours?
Have we really only done one?
Yeah. And I'm still eating off it. You know what I mean? Like I'm still, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Like,
yeah. So it's the takeaway. It's what you take away from the story, not this. Well, whatever information is presented to you, it's what you take away from it. Is that kind of what you're getting at? Or am I missing the mark here?
It's this idea
my
of
wheels are spinning.
No. You're right. It's this like idea or concept of like something resonating, right?
Mm-hmm.
When something clicks or a connection's made, which is another term for resonating. I think that's kind of like the common common term. On a soul level, like in your body, you just feel like wom wom. That's how I feel it. Wom wom. It's like this feeling of truth and connection. And I've never had it like I've had it in past life regressions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and things can be fantastical. Like you're experiencing things which just couldn't be possibly true. And that couldn't have really been me. But whatever the kind of mind is doing to say it can't be, it can't be, it can't be, there's such an undeniable truth that you don't even entertain that logic, which is the magic of it.
Yeah. Yeah, where this is a very grounded one. Like, so.
Well, here's what I'll say. It looks like that it's reflecting and resonating in this life. Is one thing, it's just like a straight up karmic thing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, is that you're just rebalancing. You know, you went from like this very kind of insular, selfish, temptation driven life, kind of void of spirit and who you truly are on a soul level. And then so this life, you're just filling it up, you know, you're just pouring into it and working hard. And maybe that's something that you might not be seeing, is how you've like diligently and with discipline worked on your craft. Yeah, taking it seriously, like a
Maybe
martial art.
Too seriously.
No. I don't believe in too seriously. Like if you have a talent and a skill, and especially when it's something like what you do, because I will just take this minute to say, hands down, between you and Gloria, the best healers I've ever come into contact with. And I'm a globetrotter. And obviously when I was globetrotting, I was looking for answers. And so I was meeting people and seeking and teachers. And you are the shit. I would never do another regression with anyone that's not you or Gloria. And that is kind of the balance and the karma. You know, it's like you've kind of, it's like a slingshot. Maybe in that lifetime, you were a soul level being pulled back. So in this lifetime, you're working and you're grinding. Because when I saw you on the other side, having the discussion about that lifetime when you were just like a naughty boy, you were kind of like cringing and embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
And that is actually really motivating. You know, when you're kind of just like ashamed or embarrassed or motivated. Yeah, sorry, it motivates you. Like, oh, okay, next time I'm going to smash it. I'm going to do really, really well. And I feel like that's a bit of the energy going on. And you are.
Thank you. It also brings up this additional component. Well, one, I don't know. I feel like I respond with humor a lot in these situations because when you talked about being promiscuous, I'm like, I'm not cool enough to pull that off in this life. and then well, I think about, hey, how do I fill those voids now? I'm like with frozen yogurt, and that's not a euphemism. I just really like frozen yogurt. And, you know, you said this just very wonderful thing about me, which it means a lot to me. And I had to resist the urge to make a joke. And it was almost like what I think I've viewed it for a very long time as an overinflated sense of self-confidence. But where I see where it's like, because I want to just say, well, that was 8 years ago. Imagine what I've become now. And then I'm like,
well, that's true.
Yeah, it's probably. Sorry. See, it's happening. But then I'm like, where is the source of that? You know, is it from a lack of confidence that I respond with humor? But I mean, that's the other thing. It's like, whenever I jump into a situation, when it comes to any given session, I got it. Like, that's just, it's the way I approach it. It's not like I'm the best, I'm the fucking shit, no one is better than me. It's just, I got it. Whatever's going to pop up right now, I got it. I got it. I'll figure it out. Could I do better? I can always do better, but I got this. And I wonder if that cringiness that you were talking about also kind of plays into it, where it's this hypersensitivity to the way I respond to everything, in the way that I look at any given situation or any given action that I've taken. And I am my worst critic. And in this, where's the humor blend come in? Because I don't, did you ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Mm-hmm.
So like the joke you made about being promiscuous, right away I thought about Larry David and how he made this comment about having an affair.
Yeah.
At some point, it was in one of the earlier seasons. He's like, I'm not cool enough to have an affair. Only cool guys have affairs.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not cool.
Oh, but can I just say for all the kids out there, or all human beings, being promiscuous is not cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about that, so it's not like I can speak from experience.
I'll tell you what, as you're talking, I pulled some more cards, and I think you're very inner child led. Like you're saying that kind of like goofiness and silliness, but I'm seeing it. The card just flew over there. Fine. But it was like the third time it came out when I was pulling cards for you. It's like, so I see the soul in 5 parts, or as I'm reading, just to keep it clean and neat and tidy, 5 parts: star, higher self, angel self, shadow, inner child, masculine and feminine. And all 5 of those parts of the soul all need attention, all need care, are all as important as each other for the soul. But each person often has like a stronger aspect. And you do have a very strong inner child aspect. And I think for the work that you do, you need it. You know, it has to stay in the imagination. It has to stay fantastical, because otherwise, how would you do this? You know, if you were like Mr. Rigid, you couldn't do it. You have to look at the world and humanity and these experiences with like a childlike wonder, and you do. And that's what I really like about you as a healer and a reader as well. Regression, that's reading, is you don't have definitive ideas. Like you're not coming to it like with that science brain. You're kind of coming to it with the childlike wonder of like, oh, that was cool, wow. Great. Which is perfect, I think.
Chloe. I mean, you are very right. But I think even over the years, I've always been attached to the science component, but I also, I put it to the side when it comes to regressions, because it's not something at this point that can be measured until we can definitively have a instrument that measures past lives or whatever you're experiencing in a past life regression. Sure, you could strap something on your head and measure brain waves, but that doesn't tell you what you were.
Nope.
And until we hit that point where you can get something definitive, like the most accurate blood test in the world, science can't measure this. So it's like, that's where I lock that away at that point. And I'm going to be completely honest right now with everyone. I miss the practitioner that I was when I did my first session with Chloe, because I was still fresh. And I think that when you're seeing this world, or a new, not this, not like Earth, but past life regression was still a new world to me. And I was seeing it for the first time through these very fresh eyes. And there was this sense of excitement that came with every session, but of course, some more so than others. And I miss that feeling that I used to have, because now it's not that I've become rigid. It's this weird dichotomy where I know undeniably, without a shadow of a doubt, and you guys know who listen to the podcast, I always talk about the difference between believing and knowing. What I'm about to say, I know this. I absolutely know this. There is so much more for me to discover. That I can say. It's like, now I'm kind of like, can't I prove it? But yes, there is so much more for me to explore and discover on this journey as a past life regressionist. There just is. And there are things that have happened to me in the 8 years since I did the session with Chloe that I never could have fathomed happening when I did that session with Chloe. And I miss that childlike wonder and excitement that I viewed every session with at that time.
Yeah.
I miss having that now, because those moments that I would see as truly exciting was like, oh my God. And I remember at the time, because this is still before I was doing any virtual sessions, I would just drive home and just be like, wow, that was so cool. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Or, oh my God. And I just be thinking about the session so much afterwards. Whereas now it's, even when those cool things happen, it's like, all right, what am I going to make for dinner right now? That's
Right.
what I'm thinking at the end. And I miss that sense of awe and wonderment. And I still love what I'm doing. Don't get me wrong. I still am so grateful that I'm doing what I'm doing, that people want to do sessions with me. And I never wake up on any given morning of a session and be like, oh God, I got to do this again. It's just like, today's a brand new day. I have no idea what's going to happen. Let's do this. And I guess I don't have to dig too far, even with what Chloe said initially, because I think that theme still is that it's a sense of emptiness almost. And maybe it was applicable to that man's life, a different kind of emptiness. Look, I have no reason to doubt what Chloe is saying or her assessment of it. Because, it's one of those things where I've had people do readings for me before. I'm just like, this is a crock of shit. And this is one of these where I'm like, I haven't seen this one before, but I feel it. It feels right. Because the parallels are not there in terms of circumstance. But where are the thematic parallels?
Yeah.
And I think that's where the discovery is now going to take place for me, and where real ponderance will come into effect and see, okay, I'm not that guy again. I'm not cool to be going out and doing that stuff. But Chloe says it's not cool to be promiscuous.
Reckless. Let's call it reckless.
Oh, I'm definitely not reckless. If anything, it's just eating too much frozen yogurt. That's toeing the line for me. That's like, playing Russian roulette there. Not really.
Is this a Pinkberry situation?
I had Pinkberry last night.
Yeah,
but not Pinkberry. It's because I was in Beverly Hills last night on the outskirts. I went and got. I met up with Liz Roberta, who everyone. I mean, if you guys have listened since the beginning, I believe I had her on episode 10 or 12 of Timeless Spirituality. It's just like years ago. So I met up with her and her husband because they're in town. So we went to go get pizza and we got frozen yogurt after. So, I mean, small world everywhere. But yeah, so I just happened to have Pinkberry last night. Of course, I made the suggestion after pizza. I'm like, hey, you guys want to go get frozen yogurt? They're like, yeah. And we're talking about after, like, hey, do you guys have frozen yogurt in England? They're like, no, not really. I mean, no, not really.
No, not really. Not Pinkberry. I actually do have a Pinkberry down the street. That's a bloody lie. They have opened a Pinkberry down the road.
Really? Well, maybe I'll come to England and move there.
Got vegan. No. It's got vegan too. Vegan. Coconut.
That's like, if we're going to go down this path, there are vegan cookie doughs that are really good because, there's something about the binding that they use that's not egg that makes it all gooey.
Yeah.
It just ain't the same, though, if it's vegan yogurt.
You get used to it.
I'm sure it's good. Yeah. So anyways, see, this is where, because then I get to indulge in the thought of frozen yogurt instead of wondering about my life. It's a perfect illustration. It just so happens that this is coming up. And I don't know, I guess I was just kind of going off on a tangent there anyways, of just the parallels and how the situation doesn't need to mirror itself perfectly. Like, those are not the circumstances, but thematically, where are the parallels? And there is a certain feeling of emptiness that I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that, I don't think it makes me a less effective practitioner, but I also don't believe that I'm ever going to reclaim that sense of newness that I had at the very beginning, because I am seasoned at this point, but I still think that it is possible to be more excited when things come up, because it's not the mastery component that I would say, but something did happen to me in the first couple of years where I'd say probably by year 3, where if I found myself getting too excited, I started to slap myself on the wrist, because I started to say, am I losing sight of what's most important right now? Is my excitement clouding any pointed and completely objective question that I can ask in this situation right now? Is my excitement deterring from whoever I'm doing the session for because I'm excited? And it's not like my attention shifted, but I didn't have to, but I really was asking myself, is my excitement interfering? And as I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, I don't think it did.
No.
Not at all.
No.
And I think that maybe it's not even about recapturing the excitement. It's just saying, D, shut the fuck up and just allow yourself to enjoy it and get excited by these things that come up. Get excited. It's okay. It's not taking away from what you're doing. You don't have to be so fucking serious all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe let that part of my inner child out. Sure, I think the inner child, the one that jokes around and is goofy, is there, but I miss.
But it's not just goofy and messing around. It is your imagination, and it is your kind of like, yeah. Like that's such a gift to have that as an adult. So if you feel like you need to kind of like curtail it or suppress it because that's not what adults do. Nah, like that's you, that's your gift. And I think it's beautiful. And to be honest, I was just thinking then, if I was in a regression with you, would I want you to be holding back and restraining and thinking, well, what does she need me to ask? Or do I want you to be connected to your heart space, behaving authentically, connected to your intuition, and just doing what is coming up? You know, there's a reason why you're feeling excited. It's like, yeah. That's how I see it anyway.
You're right. You're totally right. Yeah, I need to allow it to happen. And maybe that disconnection is just a matter of a self-imposed.
It's not just self-imposed. Yeah. It's externally imposed, because there's all of these like rigid ideas about healing and like how you should come to it and how you should interact with that person. I'll be honest, the other day I had my mum staying at my house. She was looking after my daughter for me, and I was in the other room doing a reading, like on the phone. And when I came out, her and my daughter were both like, what were you laughing about? You were really laughing. I wasn't even aware. And I was like, really? And my mom was like, yeah, every time you do a reading, you're like cackling. And I looked at my daughter and she was like, yeah. And it's like, I'm not even aware of it because I'm just in it. You know, I'm just with this person and we're just connecting and we're just talking about wild shit. And so it is funny, it is joyful, it is exciting, I think. And I kind of had the opposite effect with you. At the first, I thought I had to be like, I'm being a healer now. This is the monk, Chloe, and everything is very serious and I'm holding space for you. And, you know, we're gonna go through this together and I will be your rock. And now I'm like, have me, because I go to these places all the time. Like I navigate this universe and go to these like wild places and it's fun. It's not scary. Let's go and have a good time. So it's just a perspective shift. And so if anything is kind of like getting in your way because of little thought worms of like, oh, I have to be this way for this person because that's what a healer does, discard that. You know, you are, like I said, you're a master healer because I've met you and I've had a session with you 8 years ago. You're right. Who knows what you're like now? But I think your intuition and what you can trust is probably spot on.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, yeah. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you for providing this space for me to get down to the bottom of it. And I think we're on to something also with the workshop with regards to just you're like, yeah, we're not going to pitch this as here's what it's going to be about, opening your heart and stuff. No, we're going to see whatever fucking comes up that day.
Yep.
And we're just going to trust that it's going to be what everyone needs in that moment and that it will strike a chord and then everything will make sense for someone. Because look at the line that we kind of went through to get here. Of just like, oh, look, you were this dude, like, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You ruined your family. You're promiscuous, and got to, oh, I think I've lost the excitement for what I'm doing.
Yeah. Maybe you need a little bit more sex, drugs, and rock and roll, just a sprinkle.
I'm not going to say no to that, but
you know what I mean? Because it is a balance, and especially being a reader now, because as you know, I came from being a yoga person, you know, and I still am. I was at yoga today. But you know, there's a flow, and I can see how, you know, the yoga's helped the reading, and it's all, you know, intertwined. But it's a very different thing. And when I was first coming to reading, like because I've been reading for my friends since I was a teenager. But when I first, like, someone's fucking paying for this, I need to be a professional reader. It took away from the experience. Like, I think I was giving less because I was so focused on, am I doing this correctly? There is no doing any of this shit correctly. Like, even the whole yoga world, there's a little bit too much rigidity on this is yoga. Like, this healing world and this kind of soul space there's no rules. It's expansive. It's never ending. So I think our jobs is to show up as the most authentic, high vibrational versions of ourselves as we can, to allow whatever happens to happen. And I think we do that well together. I think every time we meet up and have a chat, it's good. So that's the workshop, isn't it? You know?
Well, with that said, how can everyone work one-on-one with you?
They can message me on Instagram, and I will message them back and set up a reading. And on said Instagram, there is a lot of collective readings, which, you know, you can taste and test out and see if it resonates.
What's your handle on Instagram?
The.rose tint.
And what are your specific offerings?
I do like an hour reading, right? So you can come with questions. We can just do a general read. We can get really nitty gritty, do specific stuff. And you've kind of just got an hour with me to go wherever you like. No question is off the table. It can be subtle, it can be huge, and we'll ask it. I'm always reading through the lens of healing, expansion, evolution, ascension. Like, that's where my lenses are. And what I've been doing recently, which I've been loving, is doing weekly or monthly reads for people. So I build up the relationship, and we can, for instance, it really works well. I've had a couple of people who are launching businesses, and we'll go into the astrology of dates and times and just take things apart energetically. So my offerings is just absolute witchcraft.
Sounds cool. And look, everyone, you've seen my testimonial right now. You saw the reading. Because, I mean, for all intents and purposes, this was like a shortened reading, like or abridged. I mean, there was depth
very
there.
Abridged.
Yeah. So here's your your audio testimonial for everything you've just witnessed.
If this is a reading,
they can't see that. We're doing an audio podcast.
Oh, goddamn. I was showing you a cup. It was just a drop.
Yeah, well, Chloe said. So, yeah, we hope to see you guys on March 16th, 2025. And yeah, if you want to come to the workshop, just go ahead and look in the show notes because the link will be there. And yeah, you know, I'll probably have Chloe back on again at some point. I mean, could be in a year, could be in 7 years, could be in 15. She could be grandmother of 3 grandchildren.
Oh, yikes. Not ready for that. It just hurt my boobs thinking about it.
On that note, it's funny because she's wearing this shirt right now that it's like that very stereotypical Roswell alien t-shirt, like with the face with like the big eyes. Yeah.
A gray. We call it a gray.
A gray, yeah. So, yeah, since you guys couldn't see, just like, okay. On that note, doubly, I always like to finish every episode by saying, yay.
Yay.
Fellow time travelers, your journey through time awaits you. Just want to thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. And if you're interested in discovering who, when, and where you have been throughout time, and you'd like to book a session with me, just go ahead and send me a message on Instagram at The Past Life Regressionist, or you can reach me through my website, yourpastliferegressionist.com.